All right, this video is going to go over how to enter grades into Schoology. You have to remember that Schoology is designed as a one-to-one program. Its intention is for every student to have their own Chromebook or laptop and therefore be doing all of their assignments, tests, and quizzes in Schoology. We, of course, don't do that, so we have to have a little bit of a workaround when we are entering grades for assignments, tests, and quizzes that students are not actually completing in the program. So when you go to your courses, the easiest way to add in grades is to go directly to your grade book and then to go to the plus sign at the top right of the page. If you click on this, you're going to see a couple of different options. You have add assignment, add test or quiz, add discussion, and add grade column. The two middle options, add test and quiz and add discussion, I would recommend that you do not use those. If you add test or quiz, the program is going to assume that you are giving a test or quiz in Schoology. So until you actually add questions to the test or quiz and the kids take the test or quiz in Schoology, it's not going to let you enter a grade. Adding discussion, if you are actually adding a discussion in Schoology that you want the students to complete and then are going to grade them on that, great, add as a discussion. Otherwise, ignore that option. So the two options that we are going to be looking at is add assignment or add grade column. To add an assignment, click on add assignment. From here, you can add in everything that you want for your grade. You can title it. So let's say that I wanted to do a vocabulary test. I don't need to put a description unless I want to. I'm going to keep the numeric. If I used a different number scale, I can change that. And then I'm going to keep category as test, but you can see I can select any type of grading category that I want. I am going to select a due date. That's really important for the sync with PowerSchool so that grades get placed in the correct quarters. You need to make sure that you are adding in a due date. And then before I hit create, I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to deselect submissions enabled to turn that button off. What that does is that'll prevent Schoology from thinking that students need to be submitting something into Schoology. That will also hopefully prevent Schoology from sending them emails saying, hey, you haven't turned this assignment in or something's past due. Schoology is just going to hold this grade and wait for you to put the grades in there. You can also copy to your other courses before you hit create. Once you do hit create for a grade, you cannot go back and copy it later. So I've now added a title, I've selected my grade category, and I'm going to select create. Now I have the vocab test here and I can enter in my grades. The only problem with adding an assignment is that it does create an actual assignment. Now there's nothing in this assignment for students to do because I didn't give any directions, but you can see that I do have the assignment there created. So a workaround for that is just to add a folder, tell it something like graded assignments. You can add a description in there telling the students that they don't need to worry about it. But I can create this folder, leave it at the bottom of my page, and then anytime I add an assignment just for the purpose of adding a grade, I can then move that assignment into my folder. So the other option that we can do is to add a grade column. So I'm going to go back, once I've moved the test into my graded assignments folder, I'm going to go back to my grade book. And I am going to add a grade column. So I'm going to hit the plus button, do add grade column. In this case, it will not create an assignment. So I can go in and I can say that we're giving a vocab quiz perhaps this time. I can change everything. I can change the category for quizzes. For me, because I've linked my sections, it gives me a due date option. But for you, if you have not linked your sections, then having a date is not an option when you do a grade column, which is where we come into a little bit of an issue. Because when the grade goes from Schoology to PowerSchool needs to know by the date what quarter the grade is going under. So I'm going to assume that just like your unlinked classes that this due date doesn't exist. So I'm going to hit create. And now I have vocab quiz. See, because it doesn't have a date associated with it, it's going to put it at the front. So what I can do here though, even though you can't normally add a date under the grade column, I'm going to go to the three buttons here on the side. That's going to give me some more options. And I'm going to go to bulk edit. In here, what I can do is I can find the assignment So let's see, vocab quiz. And now that I'm in here, it's going to allow me to choose a date. So I'm going to choose a date for my 2 sections. And then I'm going to select Save Changes. And go back to my grade book. And from there, I can see the assignment, but now it's in chronological order. So because I put it after the vocab test, it's now going to be down here. It's not linkable since I didn't actually create an assignment, but it does now have a due date, which will allow it to sync to PowerSchool. But now I can enter those grades. So those are the 2 ways that you can enter grades into Schoology. But neither option is better than the other. It's still completely dependent on which one you want to choose. Like I said, there's just a couple of workarounds to really make it work for us. Thank you.